I'm your host, Joe Dombrowski. This week we come to you from the state-of-the-art, brand-new Ring of Honor Dojo in Baltimore, Maryland, as two prospects look to impress the world. Let's get some pre-match comments from both competitors leading into this battle.
You can do this.
My name is Nicholas. All my life, I've been considered a monster. And it hurts me. And in that ring, I'm gonna show you all. And I'm gonna hurt you too.
My name is Rocco Cicio, and today is a good day. I found a crown jewel of the future of honor. Ergo, the fate of all of honor rests in this man's hands. You can like it, or you can love it, but you can't change it, and you can't stop it. But no worries. You can trust me when I say the future is white.
So it's Nick Comoroto now on the left side of the screen. It's DeAndre Jackson on the right. A couple of big boys. Two athletes hovering around that 300-pound mark to be sure. Pound for pound, likely the biggest matchup we've seen in Future of Honor in quite some time. The bell has rung. Code of Honor adhered to, and we have an aggressive collar and elbow tie-up. And that look on the face of Jackson maybe says everything. Just realizing the upward climb he's in there with. Nick Comoroto, 6'3", a collegiate wrestling All-American.
That's right. I'm still right here. What you gonna do about it, huh?
But DeAndre Jackson not going to be intimidated. Oh, it may come down to who's going to budge here first. You can feel the tempers raise, the pressure rising, and a head of steam by Jackson. Comoroto the same. Neither man knocked off their feet yet. And it's Jackson who takes down Comoroto first and foremost. DeAndre Jackson calls himself the Big Hurt of pro wrestling, a native of Spartanburg, South Carolina, as you take a look at Rocco. Shifty character on the outside. Surprised he's not running a legal numbers game in an alleyway somewhere. Be that as it may. Comoroto taking over on Jackson. Was just remarking about him being a Spartanburg, South Carolina native as he turns things around in the corner on Comoroto. Spartanburg, an historic professional wrestling town. Many memorable clashes have taken place at that Memorial Auditorium in Spartanburg over the decades, especially in the 1970s and 80s. As Jackson elevates Comoroto, the back body drop and a huge slam. Can he maintain the weight? He can't. Comoroto slips through the back door, and Cole connects with a devastating forearm shot right to the back of the head. Well, Comoroto said in his pre-match comments that his entire life he's been considered a monster, and that hurts him a little bit. And Comoroto apparently is going to live up to that reputation, as you see quite a bit of concern on the face of Rocco as he watches his charge get hit with these cross faces. If DeAndre Jackson scores a victory and becomes more of a Future of Honor staple, certainly Rocco will be right by his side as well. But is Comoroto a product of his surroundings? Has society created this maybe once well-mannered man into becoming the monster that he is now? Something could be said about that as Comoroto shows a vicious mean streak. We saw Comoroto recently on Future of Honor, emanating from the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. Comoroto and Ryan Nova teamed to defeat Brutal Bob and Tough Tim of Tough Guy Inc. as Comoroto uses his weight to his advantage there. Second time now, after Comoroto scored the win for his team, he decided to beat the heck out of Nova just for fun, just because he could. Comoroto is a man on his own. No allegiance, no alliance. And DeAndre Jackson just fighting for everything he has here. His motto, oh, wait a second. Well, his motto's not getting power slammed, that's for sure. But Comoroto traps him for 2. Jackson able to get the shoulder up. Comoroto spent extensive time, not just in the Ring of Honor Dojo, but certainly a product of the Monster Factory as well. One of the schools right on the front lines of helping discover the next generation of ROH talents. Comoroto, 6.5-year pro, but he's never been in better shape, mentally or physically, never been more prepared for the opportunity. And it looks like Comoroto, he has the bear hug cinched in, but trying to perhaps elevate DeAndre as well. That's not working, but Comoroto is cinching in as tightly as he possibly can. And DeAndre, my God, getting shaken around like a man half his size. If this arm drops 3 times, the match will be over. But DeAndre is keeping himself moving and keeping himself fighting in a defensive position. I was starting to mention a moment ago, DeAndre's motto is fight for what you want or you get got. Comoroto has got DeAndre in a very, very compromising position. It could be do or die for the big hurt of pro wrestling, who creates a gap in the grip. But now on slam once again by Comoroto, who makes this look effortless. Nobody there on the elbow. Comoroto got amazing elevation. Oh, so much Comoroto does, and even the appearance as well. You can draw the easy similarities to a Bruiser Brody, a John Nord. Very tough, physical, athletic big men in their day. And you look at the eyes, that piercing stare of Nick Comoroto, who is just zeroed in on DeAndre Jackson. Jackson wants to turn Future of Honor into, quote, his hood. Turn the ring into his block. Look out! DeAndre connects with a series of clotheslines. DeAndre's been competing throughout the East Coast and Midwest. He's even been across the ring from Jeff Cobb at one point in his career. And you see that rage, you see that motivation as DeAndre Jackson, who is proud to say that he has, quote, a college and street degree. He's mastered so many different facets of life, but which one will be most effective with Comoroto if we get the chance to find out? DeAndre switches directions, clothesline of his own to counter Comoroto's. Could do it here, no. Man, you could sense that Jackson perhaps thought that he had this matchup sewn up. Comoroto has come prepared, to say the least. If he is a monster, as has been claimed for so much in his life, how do you slay that monster? How do you tame the beast? Comoroto just muscles Jackson back into the corner. And again, I cannot overstate that these are 2 men in the 300-pound range. German suplex, and the way they're moving and the way they're moving one another is just unbelievable as Comoroto barely escapes. I look in the eyes of DeAndre. Well, I'd rather not look at Rocco, but I look at DeAndre and I sense perhaps a bit of desperation, perhaps a bit of hesitation. What do you do? How do you stop Nick Comoroto? I don't have that answer. Look out. Oh, God, he made it look effortless. That spine buster and that look on the face of Nick Comoroto will speak volumes. DeAndre sent for the ride. Oh, what a spear! A rib-crunching spear, that'll do it. Man, Nick Comoroto, an offensive explosion here in the Ring of Honor Dojo, scores a victory in one of the most physical Future of Honor matches I can remember seeing in quite some time. These guys beat the holy hell out of each other. We are We'll see if we get the code of honor adhered to after the matchup. Comoroto has no interest in respect. He's the alpha male. He's won the fight. And after that shot for good measure, a bit of a sarcastic showing.
This is my crown jewel! Nicholas, the future of honor!
Well, Rocco trying to hitch onto a new meal ticket, but maybe not so easy. Nick Comorato's his own man. This week on Future of Honor, I'm Joe Dombrowski. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.